Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about how I personally take profits when I am blessed to be dealing with a stock that's an absolute rocket ship and is going parabolic for weeks at a time. Very fortunately for the Waves fam, we do deal with a decent amount of these. So I have devised a very simple system that I call the 20-10 rule that I want to share with you guys today. 20-10 rule, original, I know, but I've seen a lot of you guys asking about this in the comments. I've gotten a lot of questions about this myself, so I really do hope this brings you some value. We'll quickly go over the few topics that we're going to be talking about, then we'll dive right in. First things first, we're going to be going over this short write-up that I made for you guys, which pretty much just summarizes my key thoughts around the subject. So we will quickly read through that, and then we'll hop into the chart in the back, the good old chart that I'm sure many of you guys recognize. This is a pretty recent play that did many of us very well, and I want to walk you guys through some of these situations, some of these really big days, and let you know what I was thinking and how I took profits on this run personally, okay? So let's dive straight in, guys. Let's just read over this and get straight down to business. How I lock in profits on parabolic stocks. This breakdown is focused on stocks that I believe will rally for 2 to 3 weeks. So keep that in mind, you guys. A lot of times, many of you know this, but for those of you who don't, I pretty much built my career on playing bubbles, playing sporadic rallies like we see in back. And a lot of the time, the real action occurs in the span of 2 to 3 weeks. It's very rare that it goes longer than a month. Aside from absolute bull markets, a lot of these runners will last from about 2 to 3 weeks. Obviously with some exceptions, but that's just the general rule of thumb in my mind. These stocks need a strong fundamental catalyst behind the rally. So for Riot Blockchain, obviously the catalyst was Bitcoin and all of the fundamental strength around Bitcoin. That was Riot's catalyst in this situation. Short-term technical indicators play a significant role when it comes to how I choose to take profits on a stock going parabolic. So I will talk to you guys about this in the back. You guys know we cover the charts all the time. We talk technicals all the time. I'm not super technical. I'm not a technical wizard by any means, but just general trend lines, technical like metrics on the charts. You don't need any crazy indicators, but just general trend lines is what I'll say now. Mean a lot to me when I do choose to take profits. And again, I will explain that a little further when we jump into the chart in the back. Easy, the 20-10 rule. Again, you guys, this is super simple. I'm not even sure if I created this, but this is the first I've heard of it. So, I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong. I created this rule because it allows you to play offense while simultaneously on defense. For every 20% the stock appreciates in value, I take 10% off of my overall position. So again, you guys, very simple. For every 20%, and this is, you guys give or take, and there are some other factors, but just general rule of thumb. For every 20% the stock appreciates in value, I take 10% off of my overall position, okay? So if I have 100 shares of if I have 100 shares of a stock that is $100 and the stock goes to $120, I'll take off 10 shares, okay? So simple as that. Again, I'll explain this a little further in real time. But again, you guys screenshot this, share it with whoever, keep it for yourself. I do hope that this brings you some value because this is what I found really does help. And again, if you have a runner, it allows you to play offense at the same time. If you continue to see gains, like say you take off 10% after the first big day, and it continues to rally, you still have the far majority of your position. But if it does happen to fall, at least you know you took some profits and made the responsible move. So this is all about getting those gains, locking in those profits while simultaneously risk managing your position, because I mean, not losing money is equally as important as making money in this game. So remember that, please, you guys. Let's get into the back. But before we do, I do have to ask you guys, please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And of course, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter, first link in the description. If you want to know how I really do take profits on some of this stuff, this is real-time updates, a complete breakdown of my entire portfolio. I do update this every single trading day. And with every update, I send out an email newsletter explaining my thoughts. So if you guys are interested in that, again, if you guys are watching my real-time actions during market hours every single trading day, first link in the description. So check it out. I appreciate it if you do, but if not, no worries at all. Let's get into this Riot chart. And I'll talk to you guys about a few examples. So of course, I'm sure, like I said earlier, I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with this rally. Riot went on an absolute run. This run started, I have a little time bar right here, 91 bars on the hourly for 20 days and 3 hours. Just call it 20 days. So again, you guys, 2 to 3 weeks, a lot of the time that really is the lifetime of a short-term bull cycle, okay? And again, played many bubbles over the years, played many hype rallies like this. That's just what I've found to be the sweet spot, is between 2 and 3 weeks. This falls perfectly 20 days, just under 3 weeks. So yeah, it falls perfectly into that time horizon, I should say. Okay, so lasted 20 days. And this was an absolute roller coaster over 20 days, but a very clean roller coaster. This is actually a beautiful chart, you guys. So you can see here, when Riot first popped off on November 17th, we were sitting at $4, opened the market $4, gapped all the way up that day to $6.40, up 57%. That's a crazy price appreciation in one day, you guys. And okay, so since it went up almost 60%, I took about 20% of profits off the table there, okay? So although it would be like 60% would actually technically be 30% of my overall position, the reason I did this is because it's rare that you see an initial pop of that magnitude not followed by another move up. So I was confident in the fact that we'd see another move up. That said, I did take profits anyway. Because I trade call options, a lot of my calls were like 2 to 3x. So although Riot went up 56%, my call option contracts appreciated by like 300%. Okay, so it's very hard to not take profits. It's irresponsible to not take profits on a day like that. So I did that again, reduced my position by about 20%, although the stock was up 60%, because I anticipated a move higher ahead. Again, you guys, it's rare you see a move like that. Again, especially when it's backed by fundamentals like Bitcoin doing really well. It's rare you just see it crash right back down and then flatten out at the bottom. Okay. So that said, we did see a correction. So you see it correct right here, go up a little bit, and then you see this next move up right here. So this day on November 20th, which was almost a week later, went from $6 to a high of $7.37, a 22% appreciation. So this is an easy one. On this move up, I took 10% of profits off of my total, or 10% off of my total position. So 20% move up, I reduced my position by about 70%, or by about 10%. So at that point, my total position from the initial jump is at about 70% of my initial position. Okay, moving on, the longer these last, and you can see here this cyan line, this cyan ascending line, and this orange ascending line create an ascending channel. This is one of my favorite patterns in the entire markets trade because it's very, very predictable. It's very easy to day trade. I don't day trade, I do swing trade, but it shows overall strength when you have an elongated ascending channel like this. Okay, so here is where I really took profits. I barely took any profits over here, although we did, you know what, let me correct myself there. I did actually take profits around here. Every time we touched the top of this, what was an ascending channel, because after these two highs, then we did create this ascending channel. So whenever you have two touch points on an uptrend, you can create a line of resistance on this ascending channel. Okay, so we had one touch point here, one touch point here. Around here, I did take a little bit of profits. I probably took like 5%, just because we were forming a channel. Again, when we have a channel forming, it shows strength, and it gave me the feeling that we were going to rally even higher. Took a little bit of profits right there. Took a lot of profits right here, you guys. Okay, so from December 2nd to December 3rd, we went from $7.80 to over $10, broke $10, broke double digits, you guys. Obviously, double digits, very, very significant psychological line of resistance, very significant psychological. Even you can see right now, we have been dancing around $10 on Riot, just because it's not only playing towards the short-term technicals. $10 is double digits, man. It's a very, very strong level of psychological resistance. And keep in mind, guys, the market there's so much game theory involved with the market. There's so much psychology involved with the market. So psychological evens, although they don't seem like it's hard to validate that they matter, they do definitely matter. Okay, so here, 29% move up. I took probably about 10 to 15% of profits on this move up. Actually, I think I took a little more than that. I probably took close to 15% of profits on this move up, because we broke out of the ascending channel. So when this happens, this signaled to me either we were going to see a breakout, we were going to see a really big breakout, because we broke out of this ascending channel with like 4 touch points, strong ascending channel, broke out of it technically. So I thought we were either going to see a significant rally or a break back into the channel, which we did. We saw a break back into the channel. So we'll just call it like 10-15% of profits off the table once we broke this, because again, it could go up or down, fall back into the ascending channel, test the downside, which it didn't, faked out, turned around, broke it again. And this is when I got a little hesitant when it came back down after this. Okay, So when you see something break the ascending channel twice and then break below it again twice, that shows that the party might be slowing down a little bit. That was proved untrue. That's what I thought, but that proved to be untrue after we saw this last rally up to $11.30 over the course of this day. In one day, December 7th, on December 7th, going from $9.50 to over $11, an 18% appreciation. That's an easy one. But on this move, like as we started to reverse right here and come back down, I sold a pretty significant amount of my position. I think I sold like 30%. I caught this one pretty well. Keep in mind, guys, I don't always catch these well, but this recent play I caught really well before we saw this big red candle right here. I sold a lot of my position, probably about 30 to 40% of my total position, leaving me with about 20% of my position left around this area right here before we saw this big dip. Okay, and now, of course, I will be uploading this video a little later, so I'm sorry there's no real-time updates on Riot. But again, I do hope that this helped you guys. I'm sorry it was a little scattered. I'm sorry I was talking a little fast. I'm just kind of really speaking my mind here, just vocalizing my thoughts. But I do hope this helped you out in some way. Definitely feel free to ask questions below. I'll probably be able to answer them with a little more clarity down there. So look forward to talking to you guys downstairs. Again, let me know how you personally take profits. Let me know if you caught this Riot rally. Let me know what you think is happening next. I'm very excited to see what happens next. I do have a plan for this. And again, if you guys want to know exactly how I'm trading, not only Riot, but every other stock, and how I take profits on stocks, and how I catch these runners, again, complete portfolio, daily newsletter, first link in the description. I'll talk to you guys downstairs. Always love talking shop with you guys. Always love learning from you guys. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.